We can almost feel the African Fiesta right in front of us. Just a couple of days to the kickoff of Africa's biggest tournament. Welcome to We Move with Super Eagles. My name is Tolu Shotade. The program is proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national teams. And of course, the team we are supporting quite fervently, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I'm not alone on the show. As always, we've got Bada Akitunde Johnson here with me. Great to have you, Bada.
Yeah, great to be here in a special season. Compliments of the season, everyone. It's that celebratory sort of spirit that we want to carry into the Africa tournament. Hopefully, our team delivers.
Hopefully, our team delivers. That's the big one. The Queen of Freebies is also here. I'm going to smile at you today for once. It's a season of love. February is the season of love.
This is also the season of love, the season of love, the season of giving.
February is more the season of love, though.
Giving as well. This is
giving. Okay. In the spirit of giving.
Yes.
Do we expect anything today?
Of course.
Myself and Bada.
Maybe not. I thought you were talking about the audience.
Quiz or game?
We'll see.
All right. We'll take a break on We Move with Super Eagles. When we come back, we'll talk about some players who will be missing the African Fiesta, not because the countries haven't qualified, but because they will be out through injury. A lot of players, key players injured in the build-up to the African tournament. We'll talk about those guys on the show today. Stick around, don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, getting set for another day.
Can you
another chance
feel
to change
it?
my story. I believe in my hustle. I know be lazy person. But life is just been at me gospels. If it don't close, I go find another. If I fall down, I go try to cover.
All right, welcome back. It is still We Move with Super Eagles. It's not a smiling situation, especially if you are the manager of a team that's missing key players ahead of the start of the African Fiesta. The team we are supporting, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, have their own injury worries. But on the show today, we'll be looking at those players who will be missing out on the African tournament, not because the countries haven't qualified, but because they have been sidelined with injury. We'll speculate about some because you never know what will happen between now and the start of the tournament. And the biggest one for Nigeria has got to be Victor Osimhen. He has come out to say that he is fit, if he's chosen, but we know that it's not that straightforward.
It's not his call. At the end of the day, the medical team will have to assess him. He's got a facial injury.
Yeah.
Of course, he wants to play because there's nothing wrong with his legs. Football is played with the legs. But it's a contact sport. If his face is in any danger of getting further injured or the injury getting aggravated by bodily contact, it might not be wise to play him, even though I see him training with a mask on.
Yeah.
But he'll be a big miss. God forbid that he doesn't make it. I hope he's fit, and in fine fettle. Again, he hasn't played any competitive game, so you might want to sort of ease him into the tournament, give him some few minutes in the first few games and hope that he can build his match sharpness back as the competition grows on.
All right, so is he, though, Ose, the kind of player who you're confident enough to take him to the African Fiesta without warm-up games, just dump him at the deep end? Because at the end of the day, he is one very, very important player for the Super Eagles.
Yes, I would like to think that he's that player that we could just take and, just let him go on the field at the start of the game and deliver. But then again, the kind of injury he had, I actually believe that he needs to, go in for training because it's really not even about the physical. It's not just even about healing physically. It's also a mental thing because, that was to his face. So I actually believe that his reflexes won't be as sharp or as smart as it used to be. So I actually do think that he needs to be back in training with the boys.
And but in the physical nature of football on the African continent, and we have seen previous African fiestas, they are hard. They do not hold a lot back when it comes to tackling. Yeah. And especially with long balls. He's the number 9 for Nigeria. He'll have to go up in the air a lot of times. If he does make it to the African tournament, do you think he might hold back a bit?
I don't think he will. He's quite tigerish in the way that he goes up after the game. He's aggressive and all that. But he's not going to be playing against friends. He's going to be playing against foes, enemies, guys who may even deliberately target his face simply because they want to take him out of the game. Football is not, it's not a friendly affair. So he would need to be 100% completely healed, mentally, physically, but at the same time, the medical team has to take the call as to whether it is safe to put him on the pitch against opponents that will not be holding back.
That's going to be very, very key. Let's quickly look at some other players who will be missing the African Fiesta because of injury. And one man who set the tournament alight the last time out was part of the Senegalese team that were beating in the final. Crepin Diatta is the one man that comes to the fore. He plays mostly in midfield, box to box, energetic. Senegalese will definitely miss him.
Definitely. I think my only problem with him would be ball retention because of his aggressive passing. If you see him play, he's really, really aggressive and very physical. So they'll be missing that. His finishing is excellent. But I mean, it's a Senegalese team. We've got Sadio Mane. They've got so many people. So I think for him, it's really going to, I mean, the Senegalese team will be fine. But for him personally, I mean, I'm sure he was looking forward to his second time out at the tournament. So we can only hope for the best for him, but the Senegalese team will be perfect. They'll be fine. They will be all right. They won't even be missing him, let's be honest.
All right, there's some household names that everyone's looking at the African Fiesta. There's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Arsenal. There's Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah. But one player I was particularly excited to see is the Moroccan Youssef en-Neysri. And Bada, he is one player. He made the move at the start of the season and went to Sevilla. And he's been very, very good for them. It's a pity if he doesn't get fit enough for the African Fiesta, which looks very likely. That's one huge miss.
One huge miss. And as you said, it's been excellent since they joined Sevilla. Scored all manner of goals, headers.
Very quick.
Can run at defenders and beat them. Can finish. I like to watch him play. It's quite electric. And he would have been looking at this tournament as an opportunity to actually announce himself on the stage because going into this tournament, all of the talks have been about Mane and Salah, Aubameyang to a certain degree. Nobody has actually spoken about him and the sort of form, the scary form that he's actually been in. You know, he'll be a big miss if it doesn't play for the Moroccans. I remember, was it the particular World Cup, Drogba got injured some weeks before, and there was this horse placenta woman
who said she could heal him in time for the tournament.
And he got ready, actually. He played a few minutes, I think, but he was not just the same Drogba. The Moroccans may be looking at some traditional Moroccan herbalist or native doctor because this guy is very key to the ambition, such a fantastic footballer and one who was in the form of his life up until when he got injured.
All right, another player who a lot of Nigerian fans, especially those who support Arsenal, will know very, very well is he's not as young as he used to be, but still very key for the Ivory Coast. Gervinho, the man who used to play for Arsenal, now applies his trade and no longer in the Premier League. He, for some reason, has continued to play for the Ivory Coast. He will also, most likely, be missing at the African Fiesta.
Yeah, and he's one player that I would like to think brings experience to that team because, I mean, he's played over 88 games, even though he has just about 23 goals, which is not so bad, actually. But a little birdie, I mean, I heard a rumor that this was meant to be his last tournament, that he would be retiring from national football. But definitely, him missing out on this one is not going to be such a huge blow for him because, I mean, he's played as many as he can play. He's been
he also was part of the team
Cups.
that won the tournament.
I mean, so, yeah, exactly. So it's really not a huge blow for him, but I actually feel like he would have been an important piece. He would have been an important piece to the Ivorian squad because he brings the experience to that squad and he's a fantastic forward, let's be honest. He's a fantastic forward and that's why, I mean, he's been called upon almost every time going into the tournament. And I also feel very bad for him, even for club. I mean, because at Trabzonspor, he was just trying to, announce himself at the team, and then he picks up this injury. But I wish him the very best.
All right, one final man we're looking at is for the Black Stars of Ghana. Mohamed Kudus will not be at the African Fiesta from the reports that we have. He's obviously another big miss, especially for the Black Stars.
Without a doubt. I was thinking that at full strength, this Ghanaian team could
very, very good.
Yeah, could actually have a chance. Having not won this tournament since 1982, this generation of Ghanaians will probably not have a better opportunity to push as far as they could go. But, with Kudus missing out, They would have to look in the direction of the Pates of this world, the Ayus of this world, to galvanize and to lead the team at the tournament. But obviously, the quality that he brings will be sorely missed.
All right, they will be sorely missed. So those are a list of players that we have picked out that will be missing the African Fiesta due to injury. Remember, Nigeria's Ogenekero Etebo also most definitely will not be at the tournament. A lot of players will be missing, but those are the ones that we have been able to pick out. We'll take a break. On we move with Super Eagles. Now, when we come back, it'll be time for Team Focus, where we look at another team we'll be expecting to make a huge impact at the African Fiesta. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's the difference between regular data and MTN data? I'll show you. With regular data, you get this. But with MTN data, you get moved right into the action, like this. And this. And this. And this. With MTN data, you don't just get more, you experience more. Need loads of data to live your dream? Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
Let's head to Team Focus next. And the team we're looking at are Ethiopia. From the story of an African giant who played a key role at the inaugural tournament, Ethiopia have now become more or less minnows in African football.
More or less.
They head...
Absolute minnows.
They head to the African Fiesta now, and they do look like a nice holiday destination, by the way.
Oh, it is.
But not now. I don't think you want to go to Ethiopia right now. But apart from that, they go to this tournament, but not really expecting a lot.
Not expecting a lot, and the trajectory of their football has been on a decline since the 70s, I think. When football was some sort of national sport, they produced great players. Tesfaye, one of the players that consistently got nominated for the African Player of the Year awards in the 70s. But once long-distance running became the heart and soul of Ethiopian sport, less and less attention was paid to football, and less and less men, grew up in Ethiopia wanting to play soccer. All of them wanted to run at the Olympics. So there's some sort of resurgence these days. At least they've qualified for the competition. But it is being thrust at the deep end. The quality of teams that we're coming up against will be just too high for them. They'll be lucky to win a game at this tournament, especially because they are also in a group that is, pretty difficult.
I do love Ethiopia, by the way. Very nice country, play some nice football. They won the African Championship, the African tournament in 1962 or so. So let's at least respect them for being former champions.
1962. Did you even watch the tournament?
When was the last time Ghana won? You talk about Ghana so well.
But like Bada said, honestly, I actually just think the Ethiopians are just going to be to fill up the numbers. I don't really expect them to perform much. We will see a lot of running. That I'm
running is good.
Running, physicality. But I mean, even if you take a look at the squad, who exactly do they have? Who are the players? I know they have this Kadebe guy who I feel is the man they'll be looking forward to give them the goals, if at all they score any. I think their most capped player is actually still a part of the squad that are going, part of the team that will be representing the country at the tournament. Honestly, I don't see them going past the group stage.
All right, so we wish Ethiopia the very best. I like them. I believe that they can make an impact. They didn't win that tournament in 1962 for nothing. They must be a good team. Must still have, the descendants of those players must still have grandchildren or great-grandchildren who know how to play really good football. Let's move away from the Ethiopians. They head to beneath their wings next. And we move with Super Eagles, takes you into the world of the Super Eagles like we always do. This time, we take you into the world of the Super Eagles goalkeeper, Francis Uzoho. Enjoy his story from injury setbacks to full action.
Your experience with the Eagles have been quite lovely in spite of some injury setbacks. What's your mindset now that you are back?
My mindset is still the same. It has always been the same, to be strong. I understood that injuries are part of the game. And like you said, I'm back with the team now. And I'm happy, and I have to be focused and don't think about injuries anymore. I feel proud, like every other Nigerians out there, because I know what this qualification ticket means to them and the whole country, you understand? So I feel proud because I'm part of this team that made it happen, and that's it.
6 o'clock in the morning, getting set for another day. Another chance to change my story. I believe in my hustle. I know be lazy person, but life is just a knock me gospels. If it don't close, I go find another. If I fall down, I go try to recover. If it never walk me, I know they bother. Cause I believe say I go surely prosper. They don't get that shit one beat.
No matter what they say, we move.
Whatever life brings, we move. Turn up your dreams. MTN, everywhere you go.
Super Eagles proudly brought to you by MTN. Now, when you see me here, you know I come bearing gifts. I come with goodie bags. And of course, it's the season of giving. And by the way, compliments of the season to you, our viewers at home, and of course, you, our lovely audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so I know we've been talking about a lot of 1960s and 1962, but just because I want you guys to go back home with goodie bags today, we're going to be talking about, asking questions that are more recent, because I am nice, aren't I? Yes, I know. Thank you very much. All right, so first question. In 2019, which of these players couldn't make the Super Eagles squad at Africa's biggest tournament in Egypt? I'll take that again. In 2019, which of these players couldn't make the Super Eagles squad at Africa's biggest tournament in Egypt? The options are Ikechukwu Ezenwa, Kelechi Iheanacho, John Ogu, Samuel Kalu, and Michael John Obi. Anybody has the answer? Come on, guys. This is 2019. Anybody? Okay, let him have the mic, please.
Ikechukwu Ezenwa.
No, incorrect. I have the man in front, have the mic. Thank you. And the answer is?
Mikel Obi.
No, and the answer is Kelechi Iheanacho. Yes, I know, right? Next question. Please, somebody win this. Please, somebody win this. I don't want to go back with these goodie bags. In 2013, name all 3 countries that were grouped together with the Super Eagles at Africa's biggest tournament in South Africa. 3 countries.
Okay, 3 countries.
Yes.
Zambia.
Okay.
Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Cape Verde.
Burkina Faso, Zambia, and the last country is... Come on. It's not Cape Verde.
Can you give me a hint?
Should I give him a hint, Tolu?
Please do.
Today, we've mentioned the country today.
It's Guinea.
Can you give him the mic, please? Please get it. Let's go.
Ivory Coast.
No, one last person, pass the mic to somebody else.
Ethiopia.
And the other 2 are?
Gambia. Burkina Faso.
No, it wasn't Gambia.
Zambia.
All right, I really do want to give this goodie back, so please, she is the winner of the goodie bag. Thank you. All right, let's have you come over here and receive your gift. Give her a round of applause. Don't be jealous. Okay, come up here. Are you scared of me? All right. So this is for you, courtesy MTN. What do you have to say to MTN?
Thank you, MTN.
And what do you have to say to that young man who helped you?
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so you guys can see that I am really, really nice. And of course, I have one goodie bag here left. Tolu, shall I ask you that question?
I know it, so don't ask me. Ask the guy who set the questions. I don't know how he sets those questions. I'm sure he even doesn't know the answers to those questions. I'm ready.
Bada,
What?
you want to answer a question?
Yeah, ask away.
Okay, so in 1930...
Oh.
No, of course, I won't be asking you any question.
1930.
It's fine.
There was a World Cup in Montevideo, Uruguay. So.
But we're not saying you should show off here. Don't show off here, please. I will still not give you my goodie bag. It's for my audience. I still won't give you. Please, take us away.
All right, thank you very, very much. Also, remember, you can continue the conversation on social media. Don't forget, you can follow MTN at MTNNG on Instagram and at MTN Nigeria on Facebook and on YouTube. And talking about YouTube, if you're watching us from YouTube, sorry, you couldn't answer that question, only guys in here. But you can watch previous reruns of the show We Move with Super Eagles on YouTube. Remember, that YouTube page is at MTN Nigeria. So going to the African tournament, though, who's your biggest miss? Who's the player or the team who you're most disappointed will not be here?
It's hard to say. Most of the big boys are here. Maybe South Africa. Yeah. I love the team because they've moved away from the days of Dr. Kumalo and all those big name players to just a bunch of, guys who know their football, play in the PSL, and as a unit, they function really well, play something close to if Brazil was an African team, what the brand of football would look like. Unfortunately, they just always let themselves down, and they'll be missing this one.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Bana, for coming on the show. So that is the much we can take on We Move with Super Eagles. Remember, the show is proudly brought to you by MTN, the official communications partners of Nigeria's national football teams, and of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who we are rooting for as the African Fiesta edges ever closer. I've been with Bada Akitunde Johnson and Osereme Inek Benebo. My name is Tolu Shotari. Thank you very, very much for your time. We'll see you next time.